Aimee, a controversial employee.
Bring this up every time we meet someone new.
When he first said to me, I've got this girl called Aimee. She used to work for me a while back. There's a bit of a backstory which I'll lead Dennis on to. What do you think? I went, sounds good.
Yeah, because I hadn't met you for a long time and I worked here for like a month and then I met you.
Oh yeah, because you came when he was on paternity leave.
Yeah,
wasn't it? That's right.
Twins, yeah. But we'll blame the twins.
Yeah.
What's the backstory then?
So Amy's our mortgage broker. Joined what we're in now, May 2024. You joined in April.
Yeah,
March,
April. All the months going to one.
Sometime this year.
Yeah.
Aimee joined this year after months of persevering. So if you meet Rhiann's, or if you're a client who spoke to Rhiann, but Rhiann's our mortgage admin manager. Rhiann and Aimee are good friends outside of school, outside of work.
Yeah, we got lots of play groups together.
Yeah. Do all the play groups and things like that. So Aimee and Rhiann are close outside of work. Aimee worked for me a long time ago, 10, 12 years ago.
Well, be actually 12 years ago I worked for you now. Yeah, I think it's scary.
It's mad, isn't it? How time flies. It is mad. So, but at that time, I made an investment and I put Aimee through a mortgage qualification. When she qualified, she left straight away and went to work somewhere else. I know.
Got a nice card and I left though.
Yeah.
Left on good terms.
We did leave on good terms, which is important in any relationship. It was good, and there was never any bad blood, ever. And but as you know, as life continues and everything goes full cycle, when we made a decision to start expanding the mortgage team in Horizon, so it wasn't just me doing it anymore. There was only really one person that I would have gone to, and we were chatting backwards and forwards. Well, on only Facebook messages, we over quite a while really.
Yeah.
And it was like a bit chip, and it took me months.
I think we both wanted it though, because we have a good relationship. We work well together.
Yeah.
It's busy. I always liked working for you because it was busy. And that's what you like. You like a workplace that like it's busy and you've got stuff going on. You don't want to be sat twiddling your thumbs. It's enjoyable, isn't it? I think if you get on with people as well, like business works better, doesn't it? I enjoyed the making money for people because if you see a client gets a buzz, it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's kind of what I knew that I was coming back to, and it's been like that. To be fair, hasn't it? We've been really busy.
So so you've hit the ground running. Pretty much since day one. It's like I've said to Dennis a few times. I know we've like not directly spoke lots and lots. Obviously, I'm like back now after paternity. Obviously, we'll start crossing over a lot more like with clients. But I said to Dennis, I was like, God, she's like came in and just hit the ground running on day one. There's been no like. You know, normally a new employee, you have the sort of the lag period of like getting them settled in the business and stuff like that, and it's just been literally 100 mile an hour. Yeah.
I like talking to people, that's why.
Yeah. I think clients appreciate it as well, because you've expanded the client base, we've got new clients on, we've got clients doing the finance through Horizon that aren't necessarily direct clients of Horizon. That's been good, and I think clients have appreciated the interaction, and I know the turning point for me was, we asked me a question about an ICR, and before I got a chance to answer, Amy's head popped up from behind the desk and did a quick calculation and said what it was. And I felt this immediate sense of relief. And I thought, like, my time is done. I don't need to think about this in detail anymore, because I know Aimee and Rhiann have got charge of it, which is like a really good thing for the business.
I think what I've realised, come back into it, is how like the valuations and how much there is to the process and how much we kind of help people.
Where were you before? Do you want to give it a bit of background?
Yes, I was at a big...
Don't say the name. A PLC.
Yeah, I was at a big PLC. And there wasn't as much kind of guiding of investors that I think it's really good that we do here.
Yeah.
From like the point of, like you said, your valuations, different things can come up, or just generally like...
structuring of the deal.
Yeah, like how the structure, there's a lot more support for people, isn't there, that we offer, and I like that side of it. I think it's helpful for people, and I think it's nice seeing the appreciation when the deal finishes. Like last week we had them biscuits, that was quite nice.
Yeah.
So stuff like that's just good, that you build a relationship with people, and then you're looking for other properties for them, like to build the portfolio for them. I quite enjoy, rather where I worked before, it was a little bit, you do one deal, you move on to someone else.
Because you were main advisor across a few branches, weren't you? Like a few estate agency branches.
Yeah, but I'm mainly in one branch and it was quite busy, and I enjoyed it, but it's nice now just building a relationship. We have the clients, don't we, and the return clients. So.
And what about because the lending's different as well? So when you're in the estate agency where you were, it was more...
regulated lending, was it?
Yeah, regulated, clear cut,
residential. I didn't do bridging things before. I just didn't do short-term finance before. So it's nice to know that we can help people on them different scenarios.
Yeah, no, you've talked to that really well, haven't you?
Yeah, I like that side of it because you can get good deals for people, can't you? And if I had the money, I might buy them.
Yeah. The thing is, you've touched on there. You've got almost like a full book of tools now, haven't you? Whereas before you were probably very limited.
Yeah, of course you were. Yeah,
an investor came in. It was probably like one product. It was a standard buy-to-let offer. A handful of borrowers. Whereas now you've almost got like an open book of like, right, well, I can throw them bridging, I can throw them this.
Well, I've done this morning as well. Like, people love the 20% deposit because you can put so much more cash in. Like, you don't have to put less cash in the deal.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've just done another one this morning for that, which the client didn't even know you could do that. And where I was before, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
It sounds daft 5%, but like in the grand scheme of things, going from 75% loan to value to 80%, it's a massive difference, and that 5% can make or break it.
But then they're ready to buy another one quicker because then your second one you only need the 20. But you can still do obviously 75%, and the rates aren't too much different when people look at it. A lot of people look at monthly payments, and if it's like, I don't know, £20 a month different. But actually you can put like 7,000. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It varies obviously, of course, how much less, but I found that that's really useful to people.
Definitely.
And I quite like that product. It's a good lender, and
because we always find investors are always exploring ways to make the cash go further.
Yeah.
So if we can minimise the cash input in the deal at the start, but it comes down to what you said as well when we're structuring the deal. So when we're structuring the deal as an actual investment package, making sure it fits on the higher rate and the 8% loan to value, rather than just pumping it in.
Yeah. It just depends on the situation, doesn't it? So
yeah.
But I quite enjoy that because if you find something a bit different for someone or it works for someone and you get, like you said, the deal structured well, it's like a nice that you're helping them.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously I know one of the things that clients have been sort of really impressed with is sort of the hunting portfolio funding facility, is it, that you started rolling out? Yeah,
so I like that because I was surprised how little documents you need for them. So you've got people who are maybe buying 2 properties at once. You've already got it pre-approved. You just put your property in that you need, and they've got that money almost sat waiting, really. So
is that like you logging into the portal, going, right, they're buying these 2 houses, click, and you sort of
makes the whole transaction a lot easier, a lot smoother, especially whether it's in our agency or when we're working with others. Just having that immediate proof of funds on hand, that you can just present straight away, and we know what from a buying cycle as well.
I think what we'll find, you'll know as well, is the properties at the minute, if they're good deals, they're going quite quick, so it's hard to kind of wait around.
Just been saying this with Charlotte, how fast people aren't appreciating massively, and people aren't appreciating how fast things are moving.
So me, Phil and Charlotte have been dealing with another one there, and I just literally said, there's the proof of funds, and he's got it. It's with like another agent, but we could get the proof of funds over straight away because we didn't have to run like a decision in principle. He's got the money there.
He's got it already pretty.
So if you're looking for better deals, the forward funds are quite good because you can get it a bit quicker than someone else who then has to see an advisor or wait for an appointment.
Almost like cash, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
it's almost like a cash proof of funds in one sense.
And it doesn't actually even say mortgage on the proof of funds. It actually says forward funding.
So if someone's wanting to come to you with a forward funding, like say if someone's listening wanting to go apply for forward funding, what sort of criteria do they have to work to?
Not a lot, really. Like, I'm surprised if you're giving someone 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Just anyone who's generally looking at like
they need to be experienced.
The buy to let, okay.
So they need to be experienced in an existing portfolio.
Yeah. So what sort of criteria, if someone's listening and they think, well, that forward funding sort of that appeals to me. I'm increasing the portfolio. What do they need to bring to the table to get approved for it? Like if they were coming to you, and
like limited companies, like you said, there's a portfolio. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you need an element of experience, don't you? An element of experience and like a decent financial standing, appetite. The forward funding facility will fund part of the transaction, but then they need to demonstrate they've got the difference in cash. So
like your deposit type.
Yeah. So think of some of our clients there where they're transferring the funds from another profitable business, whatever that business may be. Like sometimes we're having to demonstrate that business makes X profit, so that can justify a cash transfer between the 2 companies, which can support the property portfolio while it's getting built in the background. Yeah, so that's good. But first-time investors, first-time buyers, London clients buying in the northeast because they can't afford to get on the property ladder. That's a big one at the minute.
Yeah, so some lenders are stricter with that than others.
Yeah.
And it's fitting the deal with the lender.
Yeah.
Depending on where they live in the country. That wasn't something that 10 years ago when we did it, lenders were particularly bothered about, I guess, whether.
No. Is this the new sort of out of area sort of restrictions that
yeah, so if you're
from Teesside?
Yeah, if you're from London, Manchester, Liverpool, and you're buying in Teesside, lenders seem to be getting a little bit stricter on that. We've got lenders that are all right with that, and 10 years ago, lenders didn't mind that, but...
You could invest anywhere.
But I suppose it's because the market's changing, it is busy, they know that people are buying up north because it's cheaper, don't they?
It's funny, like, we were just discussing this, like, you had, like, 24 months ago, you had that sort of period where the market was so poor, interest rates peaked sort of 5-6%, and it felt like the market went really strict, and now that there's a bit more sort of normality in the market, it seems like it's gone really fast again.
Just on that as well, something we always do that people quite like is we check the product before you complete. So even if you picked a deal now, there's nothing to say that you have to keep that deal if the lender brings out a lower deal before you exchange
also if the
contracts.
base rate, so if the base rate drops during legals.
Yeah, which we've done that, and we've saved someone quite a bit of money about that. Because the rates do sometimes change. So if someone picks a rate with us now, then we'll always check when in legals, because you just don't know. Everyone's talking about rates going down, which is right. We don't know, do you? It's one of those.
Looking after clients' interests.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the main part of it, isn't it?
Well, and then they've got more money to buy another one, because
exactly,
I mean, it saves some people money.
Save money, make money.
You have to treat people how you'd want to be treated. If I was buying a house and mortgage, I'd want the best rates. So it's just being fair to people, because you get friendly with clients.
And it's almost
go on.
It's almost like you're delivering them a bonus, you're delivering them a present, though, aren't you? If you send like a client an email saying, just to let you know, I've been keeping an eye on things, and the base rates drop, so your rates drop, therefore I'm saving you.
I don't email them that, I ring because it's nice.
Oh, well, there you go. Even better, you're delivering it with a smile over the phone, aren't you?
It's good, But on a serious note, it is nice to obviously save people money, and it's like part of the service, I suppose.
They're not expecting it, are they? Because obviously they won't be expecting it.
They've agreed to that payment that was higher. They won't be expecting
to get a phone call off you just to say, oh, by the way, your rate's actually gone down, your monthly payment's gone down. There's a little bonus before we complete.
Yeah. On the flip side, if rates go up and you've secured a deal at the front end, it doesn't matter. You get your lower rate. Yeah. So that's obviously nice as well, that you're not ever bringing them the other way around.
Win-win then, isn't it? Yeah.
So,
There's a common theme here that I was just going to touch on there, which is, I think, a good representation of the business. Looking after clients' interest, like keeping the best interest at heart, recommending properties that we would only invest in ourselves, handpicking areas, giving clients a guidance on the areas, and then coming down to what Aimee's just said completely off the cuff there. Like, there wasn't any preempted conversation in the background about making sure clients are getting the best rates, best products, and looking after clients and making sure that their interests are at heart all the time. I think that's a good reflection on you, as well as the business. It's really good. Obviously, compared to what you were doing before, like the resi stuff, PLCs and things like that, and we've come into the more specialist lending space, and you said you'd never done bridging before. Like, how have you found that, and dealing with bridging lenders? We deal with a few. What do you think somebody like Roma Finance, for example?
Yeah, like Roma, I think the support you get from them is really good, actually.
Jay,
especially like when you're new coming into something. If you get a structure of a deal, and it's like, if you don't understand it, how's the client going to understand? So Jay's really good, because you get your front end loan, and then they'll give you money for the refurb work, which I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
If you're refurbing a property for £50,000, you can get a full refurb with Roma.
Yeah, fund the purchase and the refurb in one package.
It just makes it obviously a lot less cash heavy for the client, and I think the support from Roma's been good as well.
I think one of the good things, like, obviously I'm not a broker per se, but one of the good things with Roma I've noticed from an investor point of view is the actual the starting facility. It's not like £500,000, £1 million.
Yeah.
Some of the other bridging lenders are wanting sort of minimum 500 grand sort of property value.
Yeah.
Obviously, up
to
in the
touch
north,
on the development aspect.
Yeah, up in the northeast sort of thing, you're not going to be finding many people going and buying £500,000 houses to start with on a bridging facility.
Yeah.
Sort of what levels of Roma are you working with? Sort of what sort of property prices are you working with Roma?
Like buying at like 70-ish, we can change it. I like things like HMOs, and you're going to get like 130, 140. The corporate lets are a big thing at the minute, so we're doing plenty of those, keeping us busy, and that's all the good things that you can refurb with them. Yeah,
and then knowing we've got a decent exit at the back end as well.
Yeah, and I think when you've done it's all right saying they're a good lender and you've seen the front end, but when you've actually been through the full process, like we have a couple of times now, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's obviously nice knowing how like the different stages work with getting the drawdowns of money and things.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So we've got on the 4th of July, there's a general election being called. Do you think that's going to affect the mortgage market?
I'm not answering those questions.
What will be is my answer.
Like,
no one can predict
when
it.
we were in London,
no one can forecast it.
Full panel debate of like politics, and he was just going, "Why have they put me on a politics debate? Put me on a mortgage debate. Put me on a finance
I don't
debate."
know politics.
Mortgage,
We don't know what's going to happen with
rates.
rates, but at the end of the day, prices are cheap now, so people just buy houses now. Why wait until see what rates are going to do? The good deals are there now.
There's your answer.
Very, very good summary. I think we've touched on that previously. Is like, the best time to buy is like almost yesterday. Prices are cheap. We know what's going on in the Teesside area. We've been sort of spouting it for 3-4 years, banging the drum of what's actually happening here. We're starting to see it, aren't we now? Sort of some of these developments and companies coming to the area.
Yeah, I think it's busy with like the levelling up scheme that the government are investing up here, and I think prices are only going to go up rather than down because we can see the appetite for business, can't we?
Well, if you think now as well, the valuations, no matter where we were doing and what we're doing, but the increase in valuations over the last few years.
Yeah, when I look at stuff we were mortgaging like 10 years ago or what we're doing now, you would have never got like, I don't know, exactly.
Yeah, just the general uplift.
And I think that'll continue.
Yeah, it will. Good. Thanks, Aimee. Do you want to do your fun facts?
You can do it if you want.
You do the fun facts, you're more fun than me. I'm too serious.
I'm trying to think of the fun facts to throw at you here. What did we throw last time? Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Oh, both. I'd have to pick one or the other. Okay, let me think. Domino's.
Interesting. Chinese or Indian?
Oh, always Indian.
Not
Chinese
really
is not really.
It depends, really.
It depends. If you're in London.
I always see Dennis at the Blackwell Ox, which is a really nice Thai place that we go to.
Yeah. Well, that's a good halfway house, isn't it? Chinese takeaway. No. Chinese restaurant, Indian at home, and then Thai's a nice meat in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.